So I'm going to start with limit state design of counterfold retaining wall. As you can see in this slide, the cantilever retaining wall is uh, the detailing of cantilever retaining wall is there, and this one is the counterfold retaining wall. Now, uh, starting with the difference between cantilever retaining wall and counterfold retaining wall. The very first difference is that compared to cantilever wall, the counterfold retaining wall is having one additional element, and that additional element is known as counterfold member. So here you can see this is the counterfold member which is connected from heel to toe part. Right, so here this is the counterfold member which is connected with the stem part, and here it connected with the heel part, and this is one inclined member. So this is kind of beam which is having this much of length, right, and the depth of that beam is like this, means the beam is having varying depth from throughout the length, right. So this is your counterfold member. So this one is the very first difference between the cantilever retaining wall and counterfold retaining wall. That at the backfill side, here in cantilever this is the backfill, and here also this one is the backfill. So in the backfill side, one additional member is provided which is known as counterfold member. Other than that, both is having stem part. So this one is your stem part. This is the length view of stem, right? Then this one is the toe part. This much is the toe part, sorry, heel part, and this is the length view of heel. This way, this is the thickness of heel. Right, this is a kind of slab, and this one is the toe, and this one is the length view of toe. Right. So the other than that, all the elements are same as the cantilever wall. So this one is the first difference. Now coming to second difference. So the second difference is the deflection shape of retaining wall. Deflection shape of retaining wall. So what is that deflection shape? Here if you can observe, in this cantilever retaining wall, the deflection of cantilever retaining wall is like this. This is the stem part. So stem will deflect like this, right, due to this active pressure from the backfill side. This will push your stem part, and this will behave like this because this is fixed and this one is free. So this will behave like a cantilever. Then due to the uplift pressure from the soil, this and the downward load from the backfill and self weight, this portion of heel slab will deflect like this. Right, so this is the deflection part of the heel, and this toe part, the deflection of toe part will like this. Right, so this is the overall behavior of cantilever retaining wall, where the tension over here, compression over here for the stem part. For the heel part, tension will be at top, compression will be at bottom, and here tension will be at bottom, compression will be at top. So this is the behavior of cantilever retaining wall. Now coming to the counterfold retaining wall, this counterfold retaining wall is having backfill at this side. All this heel portion is having the backfill, right? Then this is the beam. This is the counterfold member, right? And again the backfills are over here. So backfill are provided between the counterfold member. Over here also some backfills are there. Now due to this backfill will give the force, lateral force to the stem part, right? This will give the lateral force due to lateral force to the stem part. Now how this wall behave due to this? So that behavior is, now just image that this is your scale, elastic scale, and this scale is supported with the supports at some regular interval, and you are pushing the force on the scale. So that elastic scale will deflect due to this pushing force, and this deflection at the span at this portion will be like this. I'm just showing you the enlarged view of deflection, but actually the deflection is very small, like this, right? Like this. Right. So this way, just image that your scale is having supports at regular interval, and you are pushing the scale between the two support parts. So what will happen? The part which is in between the support, that will push by this way, by this behavior, and as this support is fixed, so that will restrain the behavior of this portion, so that portion will behave like this. So this one is the deflection shape of stem part. This is the deflection shape of stem part. So compare this deflection with your cantilever retaining wall deflection. So here the deflection is kind of cantilever deflection. Cantilever deflection. Cantilever deflection means the deflection is a kind of deflection which is taking place in the cantilever support. And here this deflection is known as deflection due to continuous member. Continuous member. So this is the deflection of continuous beam, where the support is facing the deflection and the mid span also having some deflection. Right. Now just I am taking so I'm just drawing the continuous beam. Suppose this is your continuous beam which is having supports at regular interval, and this beam is facing some UDL load throughout the length. This one is the length throughout the beam. So L1, L2, L3, these are the length. This length may be similar throughout the length, may be different, right? So now this continuous beam, if I want to draw the deflection shape, then this deflection shape for this cantilever beam is behave like this. Like this. Right. So again here also some deflection is taking place in the span, and the opposite deflection is taking place at the support. So everywhere when the support is fixed, that fixed support is facing the hogging moment. Right, and that hogging moment means negative pressure, negative deflection. Right, and negative deflection means tension at top, compression at bottom. Right, now if if you just rotate this in as a in 90 degree, if you rotate this beam in 90 degree, then this will behave similar to this stem part, right? So अगर ये beam को horizontal की जगह आप vertical कर दो, if you do this vertical like this, and if the supports are over here, right, ऐसे हो जाएगा, and these are the load, right? So the behavior of this support similar to this as right. So the support is facing negative movement, and the span is facing positive movement, right? So here also this is the same thing is happening, that in this case this one is tension over here, here it is compression, and this at support tension is at bottom, compression is at top. Here tension is at top, compression will be at bottom. The meaning of that tension compression is whatever tension reinforcement you are finding, that tension reinforcement you are going to provide in this at the top, tension at the top, right? And here at support you are going to provide the tension reinforcement at bottom. Now how you can see over here, suppose I am having some beam, suppose this is my continuous beam, right, having some supports at regular interval. I'm just taking this part. Now support, here support is facing tension at top, compression at bottom, means whatever tension reinforcement you are going to find, that tension reinforcement you are going to provide at top of the section. Yeah. Here also you are going to provide at top of the section. So wherever support is there, you are going to provide the reinforcement at top and distribution or the minimum reinforcement at the bottom of the support. Right. And here tension is at bottom, compression is at top, means the reinforcement that you are going to provide in span, tension is at bottom. So here you are going to provide the tension reinforcement like this. The main reinforcement you are going to provide at the tension side. And again you are going to provide the additional or the distribution steel at the compression side. So यहाँ पे अगर है तो यहाँ से ये बार ऐसा नहीं होगा, यहाँ से कंटिन्यू होगा मिनिमम, जो भी कर्टाइलमेंट होने के बाद थोड़े बार कंटिन्यू होंगे थ्रू आउट द लेंथ, यहाँ पर भी थ्रू आउट द लेंथ द बार विल, but the region here, the region is having the full amount of tension reinforcement. Here in this region, full amount of tension reinforcement for the mid span and for the support. So same is applicable over here also. So the third difference in cantilever retaining wall reinforcement and counterfold retaining wall reinforcement. In cantilever, the main reinforcement you are going to provide, suppose this is your cantilever retaining wall, right? So the main reinforcement you are going to provide is vertically placed like this. Then you are going to provide the compression reinforcement also. Then you are going to provide the other direction reinforcement in terms of horizontal. So if I can draw the length view of this reinforcement, तो वो कैसे होगा? Suppose this is your length view, right? तो ये जो सॉलिड रेनफोर्समेंट ये साइड के है, सो दैट विल यू कैन सी बाय वर्टिकली प्लेस। ऐसे आप वर्टिकली प्लेस करोगे थ्रू आउट द लेंथ, थ्रू आउट द लेंथ आप ऐसे ये बार को वर्टिकली प्लेस करोगे थ्रू आउट द लेंथ, राइट। और ये जो कंप्रेशन के बारे दिस रेनफोर्समेंट वो ये साइड पे आप प्रोवाइड करोगे, दैट उसके लिए आपको दूसरा फिगर ड्रॉ करना पड़ेगा सो दैट यू कैन सी द रेनफोर्समेंट ऑफ द कंप्रेशन साइड. Now this dotted reinforcement you are going to provide in the horizontal way. Horizontal मतलब horizontal placed करोगे throughout the length, right? So this is the detailing for the cantilever retaining wall. Whereas in counterfold retaining wall, main reinforcement are the horizontal reinforcement. Main जो reinforcement है that you are going to provide in a horizontal way, because this way अगर इस यही फिगर को अगर मैं वर्टिकली प्लेस कर दूं, so suppose this is the plan view of your stem part. I'm just taking the continuation over here, right? And these are the counterfold member throughout the length, right? So here the horizontal reinforcement are placed as a main reinforcement in counterfold retaining wall. So whatever reinforcement we are going to find, that tension reinforcement at support, तो support पे tension का कैसा है, support पे tension bottom में है, so the support bottom में tension reinforcement, so you are going to place the main reinforcement for support at the bottom, means the horizontal reinforcement. Here also horizontal reinforcement, and the span in between the tension in between the uh, support, the other direct the span is facing the टेंशन एट टॉप, तो यहाँ पे जो स्पान है वहाँ पे ये टेंशन इन्फोर्समेंट ऐसे आएंगे, राइट. एंड these are the main reinforcement you are going to place, and throughout the length also you are going to provide the reinforcement. So I'm just taking this reinforcement like this. So this will see at the time of design that throughout the length, these are the reinforcement that you are going to provide throughout the length, right? So these are the reinforcement which are placed in a horizontal direction, राइट. सो यहाँ पे जो ये मेन रेनफोर्समेंट वर्टिकल थे इन काउंटरफोल्ड मेंबर, दैट मेन रेनफोर्समेंट आर प्लेस्ड हॉरिजॉन्टली, एंड द वर्टिकल रेनफोर्समेंट, यहाँ पे जो वर्टिकल रेनफोर्समेंट आपको प्रोवाइड करने हैं थ्रू आउट द लैंड, दैट वर्टिकल रेनफोर्समेंट विल बी प्लेस लाइक दिस. मतलब यहाँ पे वर्टिकली अगर देखने जाए तो ऐसा वर्टिकल, ये सब वर्टिकल रेनफोर्समेंट हो जाएगा. that this you cannot see in this view, ये आप यहाँ पे नहीं देख सकते, but the vertical reinforcement are placed throughout the length. So this one is the third difference between cantilever retaining wall and counterfort, where the cantilever retaining wall stem reinforcement, main reinforcement are placed vertically throughout the length, whereas here the horizontal reinforcement are the main reinforcement for the counterfold retaining wall, right? So this one is the case. Now this is about the cantilever counterfold stem part. Now coming to this heel part, here the heel part is having the behavior of again the cantilever बीम बिहेवियर. अगर आप ये देखोगे तो ये जो हील पार्ट है, हील पार्ट मतलब यहाँ से यहाँ तक का, सो दिस हील पार्ट इज अगेन बिहेव लाइक अ कैंटिलीवर. ये यहाँ पे फिक्स्ड है, तो ये है फिक्स्ड और ये है फ्री, so this is the behavior. So this behavior is again hogging behavior. Hogging means tension at top, compression at bottom. So main reinforcement for the heel part is placed at the top. तो यहाँ पे ये top में provide करता है. Now compare this with this part. Compare with this part. So So what is happening over here? Again, this is your heel part. This is your heel part, right? And throughout the length, throughout the length, throughout the length. So ये है आपका heel. Now just image that here also this is one scale, and this scale is having some support at regular interval in terms of counterfold, right? यहाँ से यहाँ तक का ये support है, यहाँ भी एक support है in terms of counterfold. And now the loads are acting on this part. यहाँ पे सब लोड लग रहा है because here is the backfill. ये पूरा backfill है आपका, तो यहाँ पर भी लोड आ रहा है, यहाँ पर ऐसे लोड आ रहा है, राइट? अपलिफ्ट प्रेशर का भी लोड आएगा, इसका भी लोड आएगा. सो रिजल्टेंट लोड इज एक्टिंग ऑन दिस हिल पार्ट in between the counterfoil. So again image that this scale is elastic element having support at regular interval. Due to this load, this particular your heel part will deflect like this. ऐसे डिफ्लेक्ट होगा, देखो यहाँ से ऐसे, फिर ये फिक्स्ड है तो वो उसको रेजिस्ट करेगा. अगेन इन बिटवीन स्पान, again resist, again in between span, like this. So this is the deflection for heel part. This is the deflection for heel part, right? So again this is one slab. Consider this as slab or beam having support, and due to that support this will deflect like this. So here the span is facing tension at bottom, compression at top, exactly opposite to your stem part, and the support will face the tension at top, compression at bottom. Here support is facing tension at bottom, here it is facing at top. And compared with this, आप अगर हील के रेनफोर्समेंट ड्रॉ करो तो हील के रेनफोर्समेंट अगर मैं यहाँ पे ड्रॉ करती हूँ तो कैसे होगा? दिस हील रेनफोर्समेंट आर गोइंग, मेन रेनफोर्समेंट आर प्लेस्ड एट द टॉप, यहाँ पे प्लेस्ड होता है मेन रेनफोर्समेंट. तो वो कहाँ पे प्रोवाइड करोगे आप? थ्रू आउट द लेंथ, ऐसे मेन रेनफोर्समेंट थ्रू आउट द लेंथ. और आपको फिर बॉटम में भी प्रोवाइड करना है मिनिमम, तो वो मिनिमम भी आप प्रोवाइड करोगे. सो दिस आर द मिनिमम. जो बॉटम में वो यहाँ पे नहीं दिखेगा, बट दिस इज काइंड ऑफ मैशिंग हैविंग द टू डायरेक्शन रेनफोर्समेंट एट टॉप एंड बॉटम. और फिर आप ये भी रेनफोर्समेंट प्रोवाइड करोगे टू मेक रेनफोर्समेंट एज अ मैशिंग. तो ये रेनफोर्समेंट होगा ये डायरेक्शन, राइट? So now compare with this, your main reinforcement you are going to provide in a horizontal, this direction parallel to this width, but in a counterfold retaining wall, ये जो main reinforcement है वो main reinforcement कौन सा होगा? ये वाला, ये जो रेड वाला है that will be the main reinforcement. Why? Because at some interval ऐसा support दिया है. तो ये जो ब्लैक कलर का रेनफोर्समेंट कैंटिलीवर में है वो डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन है, बट फॉर काउंटर फॉर दिस विल बी द मेन रेनफोर्समेंट. ऐसे जो आप प्रोवाइड करोगे लेंथ के पैरेलल, दैट विल बी द मेन रेनफोर्समेंट फॉर काउंटर फॉर हील स्लैब, एंड parallel to width of heel, that will be the distribution steel. So this one is the again difference between the heel reinforcement and in heel reinforcement in cantilever and heel reinforcement in counterfoil. Right. Now coming to the third element, and that third element is your toe part. Now this toe part here in cantilever is behave like a sagging, right? So the main reinforcement are going to provide at the bottom, and same is applicable over here also. So here in counterfold member, the deflection of this toe part is same like this. यहाँ पर भी ऐसा ही deflection होगा. So tension at bottom, compression at top. So there will be no change in the design of toe slab for cantilever retaining wall and for counterfold retaining wall. The reason behind that is the counterfold member or additional member is provided or connected with stem and heel only. So there will be difference in stem part and heel part, not in the toe part. Right. So the design of toe part in cantilever and design in toe part for counterfold both will remain same. Right. So this is the difference between counterfold retaining wall and cantilever retaining wall. The advantage of counterfold retaining wall over cantilever retaining wall is when you need to retain your backfill height more, then it is feasible to provide or to go with the design of counterfold retaining wall, because as soon as you are increasing the height of the retaining wall, अगर आप height of the retaining wall increase करोगे, then what will happen if this height of the retaining wall is increased? Then what it will happen, due to the lateral pressure, this will deflect, right? So the deflection is depend on the height of the member. So if you have remember, the maximum deflection for UDL is 5 upon 384 WL raised to 4 over EI. This is the maximum deflection of a member if it is subjected to UDL load. So this deflection value is proportional, directly proportional to the length of the member or height of the member. So if the height increase, then the deflection will also increase. Right. So in cantilever, if your retained earth height is 5, 6 meter, 7 meter, 8 meter, then the deflection is more in the cantilever retaining wall, and due to that you are getting the heavy design of your cantilever retaining wall, whereas in counterfold retaining wall, because here there is no connection between the heel part and stem part, so deflection of this overall retaining wall is more. But here in counterfold retaining wall, the rigidity is provided between the heel part and the stem part by connecting this counterfold member. So what will happen, due to the heavy height of the retaining wall, the counterfold member fix the deflection of your stem part and heel part together, right? So you are getting the good bonding of the for the deflection in counterfold retaining wall, but not in the cantilever retaining wall. So for the heavy or the for more retain height, the preferable design is counterfold retaining wall. बिकॉज देखो यहाँ पे क्या होता है, ये मेंबर कैंटिलीवर में यहाँ कोई कनेक्शन नहीं है, तो इजीली ये बैंड हो जाएगा, इजीली ये डिफ्लेक्ट होगा ड्यू टू द लेटरल फोर्स. बट हियर द चांसेस ऑफ इजी बिहेवियर ऑफ डिफ्लेक्शन इज लेस बिकॉज द मेंबर इज कनेक्टेड विथ स्टेम एंड heel part, so that will again restrict the deflection of the counterfold retaining wall. Right. So this one is the advantage of counterfold retaining wall over the cantilever retaining wall. So what you need to do in counterfold retaining wall is, very first is the proportioning part that we have done in cantilever retaining wall. Same is applicable over here also, that very first you need to define the dimension of each and every member of the counterfold member, a counterfold member, right? So you are going to decide what will be this width, you are going to decide what will be the height of stem, you are going to design what will be the depth of footing, you will decide what is the depth of base slab, you will decide what is the width of the base slab, you will decide what is the width of heel part and width of toe part, right? You will decide bottom width of stem, right? L is no matter for us, whatever will be the L, whatever will be the L, there is no matter for design, because ultimately we are going to design or consider as 1 meter strip. Width means we are going to design for 1 meter strip, so whatever will be the length, same is applicable throughout the length, right? So that will be the proportioning part. In second stage, again you are going to check whether this particular uh, uh, counterfault member are stable in the failure criteria or not. That means you are going to check for the stability analysis. Stability analysis means factor of safety against overturning, sliding and upliftment pressure. So same that you have done for cantilever retaining wall, same process is done for counterfault also. There is no difference in stability analysis for cantilever retaining wall and for counterfault retaining wall. Though the counterfault is having counterfault member, the effect of counterfault member in stability analysis is not going to consider. Right. So stability analysis for cantilever and stability analysis for counterfault both will remain same. Once you have done with the stability analysis, and if you are getting the check for overturning, sliding and uplift pressure, the next is start with the design of each and every element. So in comparison with cantilever retaining wall, not only stem design, toe design and hill design you are going to perform, but you will perform the design of this counterfold member also. आपको ये counterfold member की भी design करनी है. You are going to do design of this counterfold member. So this is your counterfold member. यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक. This counterfold member is nothing but a beam member. ये कैसा है? This is kind of beam, and this beam is inclined kind of beam, right? This beam is inclined kind of beam and having the variable depth throughout the length. So if I'm talking about this counterfold member, this is ये ऐसा मेंबर है, ऐसे ट्राइंगल शेप में मेंबर हो रहा है, ऐसा यहाँ से ऐसा. Right. So this is known as length of the counterfold member. This is your length of the counterfold member, and this is known as distance between two counterfold members. This is called as distance between the two counterfold member. This is called the length of counterfold member, and this is known as, this is the maximum depth of counterfold member. अगर मैं ये सेंटर से लूँ तो मुझे maximum मिलेगा depth. So this is the maximum depth of counterfold. ये यहाँ से. And as you can see, this depth is decreasing as soon as you are going towards the top. ऐसा. That means this depth is the varying depth of the beam. अगर कोई beam ऐसा होता है, suppose this is one beam, so ये beam का ये length है, right? So this is called the depth. So ये जो depth है throughout the length same है. This is called the beam with constant depth. But here this is beam because इसका ये width ये है, B है. This is your width of the beam, width of the counterfold member. This is called the length of the counterfold member. But throughout the length this depth is different. यहाँ भी अलग है, यहाँ पर भी अलग है, यहाँ पर भी अलग है, यहाँ पर भी अलग है. And this is filled with the concrete. ये जो पूरा है ये concreting हो जाएगा यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक. So this is called the counterfold member, right? And with the varying depth. Now अभी उसका reinforcement कैसे होगा? उसका reinforcement कैसे होगा? So that reinforcement are like a like a beam member. तो beam में reinforcement कहाँ होता है? जैसे अगर ये beam है तो ये width है, right? तो आप width में ये reinforcement provide करते हो throughout the length, बराबर. तो यहाँ पर भी आपको रेनफोर्समेंट प्रोवाइड करना है थ्रू आउट द लेंथ. ऐसे ऐसे मतलब ये जो रेनफोर्समेंट होगा वो ऐसे लेंथ पे वर्टिकली, मतलब वर्टिकल मीन्स इंक्लाइन प्लेस्ड होगा थ्रू आउट द लेंथ. आपको फाइंड करने हैं कि 2 नंबर है कि 3 नंबर है कि 4 नंबर है. दैट नंबर्स यू आर गोइंग टू फाइंड. तो ऐसे होगा ये. I'm going to show you the detailing also in one of the picture, but this way ऐसे आपको प्रोवाइड करने, 1 नंबर हो 2 नंबर हो ऐसे 3 नंबर होगा तो ये इक्वल स्पेस पे 3 नंबर पे आपको सेम वे जैसे आप बीम की डिज़ाइन करते हो, दैट साइड कवर माइनस करो, साइड कवर के बाद आपको एक रेनफोर्समेंट डालना है, देन सेकंड रेनफोर्समेंट, थर्ड रेनफोर्समेंट, ऐसे थ्रू आउट द लेंथ यू आर गोइंग टू प्रोवाइड. So this one is the main reinforcement for the counterfold member. Now this counterfold member is connected with this stem part and this heel part. Means you are going to uh, provide the reinforcement which will bind your stem part with counterfold member and heel part with counterfold member. So how to do that? That you can do by providing the reinforcement which will connect your stem part and the counterfold part like this. Means you are going to provide horizontal reinforcement which will connect your stem part with counterfold member. So ऐसे आप horizontal में reinforcement provide करोगे. थ्रू स्टेम के reinforcement में से horizontal reinforcement निकालो और उसको थ्रू आउट द काउंटरफोल्ड मेंबर से कनेक्ट करो. यहाँ पर भी ऐसे कनेक्ट करो like this is the horizontal reinforcement for connecting stem part and counterfold part. And same way for heel part also you are going to provide the reinforcement, and that reinforcement as this is the हॉरिजॉन्टल, तो हॉरिजॉन्टल में से आपको वर्टिकल रेनफोर्समेंट निकालना है. हिल में से वर्टिकल रेनफोर्समेंट निकाल के उसको आपको काउंटर फोल्ड के साथ कनेक्ट करना है. सो दिस आर द मेंबर फॉर द कनेक्शन ऑफ हील रेनफोर्समेंट विथ काउंटर फोल्ड. तो ऐसी एक मैशिंग होगी यहाँ पे. ये जो डेप्थ वाला पोर्शन है वहाँ पे पूरा मैशिंग आएगा. Meshing of horizontal reinforcement and vertical reinforcement. Vertical reinforcement through heel part and horizontal reinforcement through stem part. और ये जो रेड कलर का है that is the main reinforcement for the counterfold member as a beam. Right. So this way the reinforcement are placed in the counterfold member. Yes, I am going to show you the detailing of the counterfold retaining wall. Like this is the counterfold retaining wall. Right, now you can see over here these are the horizontal reinforcement. See, the horizontal bars are coming from the stem part and which will connect your counterfold member throughout the this depth. See this like this. All these are the horizontal reinforcement from the stem part. Is it visible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, all these are the horizontal reinforcement. Right. Why this is provided? Because this will connect, this will make a bonding between the stem part and the counterfold part, heel part and the counterfold member part for the lateral force. And the vertical reinforcement, you can see over here, these are the vertical reinforcement from bottom of your stem part. From bottom of the stem part, you will see the vertical reinforcement. Right, like this. Yes, these are the vertical reinforcement. This one is the stem part. This is your heel part. And this will be having concreting of the member. यहाँ पे आपको दिखेगा. These are the vertical reinforcement. Yes, you can see over here. Like this. Now is it visible? Properly visible?
Yes, ma'am.
राइट. सो दिस ऐसे जो वर्टिकल स्टैम्प है वहाँ से बाहर आते हैं हॉरिजॉन्टली एंड दैट विल कनेक्ट योर काउंटरफॉल्ट मेंबर. और बॉटम यहाँ पे हील में से रिइंफोर्समेंट आएंगे वर्टिकल दैट विल कनेक्ट योर counterfold member. And you can see over here also the reinforcement, the length view reinforcement of counterfold member itself, so that you can see. Yes, यहाँ पे ये ऐसे इंक्लाइन दो मेंबर दिख रहे हैं 1 and 2 इस स्लोपिंग में. Are you able to see this?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, so these are the two main reinforcement which is provided in counterfold member along the width में आपके जो प्रोवाइड किए हैं वो यहाँ से देखिए. ये देखो यहाँ से दिखा है थ्रू आउट द लेंथ. देखो ये बार प्रोवाइड किया है. राइट, ऐसे ऐसे. So this is known as the counterfold member detailing or reinforcement arrangement. Now then after concreting will be done in heel part, toe part and stem part. See this. These are the after concreting, this will look like this. Right, this stem part, heel part, toe part and the counterfold member. और counterfold के member के बीच में that will be the soil. Like this. Now if this kind of arrangement is there, that means अगर right side पे backfill है और toe side पे अगर आप counterfold member रखते हो, then that will known as buttress retaining wall. Right, so if opposite to counterfold, if the counterfold member are placed at the toe side, then that will be known as buttress retaining wall. And if the counterfold member is provided at the heel side, then that is known as counterfold retaining wall. So this is known as counterfold. See this. And this is the back fill. And this is your front side, toe side. And this will goes into the back fill. Right. So this is about this retaining counterfold retaining wall basics. Like this way. If the counterfold is provided at the heel side, then that is known as counterfold retaining wall. And if the counterfold member like this, it is provided at the toe side, then that is known as buttress retaining wall. This is known as buttress retaining wall. Right. Then here it is some basic literature is given for design of counterfold retaining wall. And one more thing I am going to show you that if here, if in this continuous beam, if this is the negative moment, so in analysis you have seen that at the fixed support the maximum bending moment at the fixed support or negative moment you have find out in your analysis is WL square by 12. Right, and maximum bending moment positive is WL square by 24. So this one is the fifth difference between cantilever retaining wall and counterfold. In cantilever में आपने जो find किया था, that is from the pressure, and through pressure you are going to find moment at this point for stem, moment at this point for heel, and moment at this point for toe. वैसे आपने डिजाइन किया था, but here in counterfold retaining wall for the stem part and heel part, toe part will remain same, but for the stem part and heel part, in stem part you will get the two moment, positive moment also and negative moment also by this equation. And here in this equation W is in pressure, W is the pressure value, so you are going to find pressure. सिर्फ बैकफिल दिया है, then active pressure, if surcharge is there then active pressure per plus surcharge. If the backfill is inclined, then you are going to change the equation for coefficient of active coefficient, or if it is submerged then also your active pressure diagram will change. So the pressure diagram that we have discussed in cantilever retaining wall, same is applicable over here also. So here this W is the pressure value in kilonewton per meter square. Pressure in kilonewton per meter square. Right. So directly you are going to take the pressure value. No other movement at this point or this point. This will remain same, W in pressure. And this is L. L, what is L? L is the distance between the support. यहाँ पे L क्या है? If this is continuous. If this is continuous beam, then L is the distance between the support. Right, here L1, L2, L3, L4, like this is the support. Now here in counterfold retaining wall, what is L? L is the distance between the counterfold member. distance between the counterfold member, that will be the F. Right. So this is known as length. राइट बिकॉज यहाँ पे डिफ्लेक्शन किससे हो रहा है, ये स्पान से हो रहा है, और काउंटरफोर्ड में डिफ्लेक्शन कैसे हो रहा है, ये स्पान से हो रहा है. सो एल इज द डिस्टेंस बिटवीन द काउंटरफोर्ड मेंबर. सो दिस वे यू आर गोइंग टू फाइंड द मोमेंट, positive moment and negative moment for stem part and hill part, then provide that reinforcement, and the toe design will remain same, and we will see how to connect this stem reinforcement horizontally with counterfold and heel reinforcement vertically to counterfold member. So that connection design also we are going to do, and we are going to find the reinforcement for the counterfold member itself. ये reinforcement कैसे find करें, that also we are going to see. So this is all about the basic concept of counterfold retaining wall over the cantilever retaining wall. And now we are going to start with this design, that is design of counterfold retaining wall. So design a counterfold retaining wall to retain for a height of, here the height is height of 6 meter. Write down this is height is 6 meter. For the 6 meter height you are going to design counterfold retaining wall. Density is given as 16 kN per meter cube. Safe bearing capacity is given as 160 kN per meter square. Coefficient of friction is given as 0.67. Angle of repose is given as 30 degree. Surcharge pressure is given as 16 kN per meter square. So here you are going to find the surcharge pressure also, and the total pressure you are going to consider for the design. Use M20 and Fe415 steel. Right. So what you are going to do before the design is, the very first is proportioning of wall. Proportioning of wall means you are going to find the dimension of each and every member of counterfold retaining wall, and then after you are going to do stability analysis. So this part, for proportioning and stability, both are same as you have done for the cantilever retaining wall. Right. One thing you are going to know, you need to know is how to find spacing of counterfold member. So this spacing of counterfold member you can find by this equation. This is the readily available equation from the book. So 3.5 capital H upon unit weight of soil raised to 0.25. So this is capital H, total height of retaining wall. This is unit weight of wall, unit weight of soil. So you are going to find, you can find the spacing between the counterfold member. So here 2.96, so 3 meter. Right. Again, more than 3 meter spacing is not again applicable for the good design, because if the length is more, again the deflection will be more, right? So it is feasible, or it is the good design if you provide the counterfold member not more than 3 meter of distance. 3 meter or less than 3 meter is the applicable for the good design, but more than 3, again that will lead to the deflection, more deflection, right? So this way, these two things you need to do before starting with design of cantilever retaining wall.